Blessings, divine beings, Nimue here. We are going to do a first reading with the Lantern Oracle, and this is to get an idea of how the book reads and what the messages are like in this deck. Now, I usually pull 3 cards, and I'm still going to, but the messages in this book are kind of lengthy. So I might just read one full message, or I don't know, kind of skim them. I don't know. We'll see what we pull, and what I feel called to do, because some of them are longer than others. Yeah, let's see what happens. So we'll just kind of split that there, there, and there. So the first one we have is metamorphosis. So power and strength lie within our surrender to change. Second one is, ooh, I love that. The eternal gatekeeper. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. Oh, I love that so much. And lantern. Consciousness is light. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I really haven't read anything. I just got this deck. And I'm going to start using it for a shadow work assignment that I have to do for my 3rd degree Wiccan priestess training. And so, yeah, haven't looked at it yet. So let's take a look. So for the first one, metamorphosis, it's not too bad. So I will read the full thing for this one, and then we'll see after that. So her message says, let go of what is letting go of you. Allow the tide of time to take what it wants back into the ocean of life, and release new treasures upon your shore. Always ask yourself, what is in my power to choose right now? What choice do I want to make here, and why? Is this decision ultimately from a place of self-love? If you're not sure, ask yourself if it is the choice aligned with what pure source love would choose for itself. I love that. And so then the bulk of the writing says, while many forces, circumstances, and even events significantly impact, constrain, and direct our lives, we still have many choices. The trick is to recognize where they are and deliberately choose, and therefore shape the overall transformative outcome we experience. The nature of life is an ongoing invitation, and at times challenges us to participate in its perpetual metamorphosis. Creative perception, critical thinking, and authentic action and courage can assist us in making the most of our choices available to us. Our decisions are how we adapt and come to own and know ourselves through any significant change that is not of our choosing. So the maiden struggles to let go of maidenhood. She clings to the androgyny of girlhood and steadfastly resists the onset of puberty that is propelling her out of the most insular chapter of life. Change is a process of decay, clearing, regeneration, and renewal through growth that is typically challenging, messy, and emotional. Like the maiden, we too can feel overwhelmed, confused, and even traumatized in the face of change. Even in instances where the change has been desired and self-initiated, it can still feel disruptive and like an intrusion. You may be at a point where sometimes something needs to give. There may also be a significant past change that remains unprocessed and therefore disruptively unassimilated to your current situation. Whether or not the impending or past change is wanted, be gentle and compassionate with yourself. Tend lovingly to any feelings of confusion, dislocation, fear, anger, frustration, or loss. Take the time to recognize and act on the choices you currently have, and base your decisions on what will meet any need that your adoption process requires. So the message from the eternal gatekeeper says, every moment is an opportunity to choose again, to live in alignment with the light of your heart and spirit self is the greatest gift you can give to yourself and the world. And we'll see. We'll start the book of the reading and see. Okay. So this featured guardian has her eyes closed. She makes decisions according to her spirit self-guidance and not based on external or societal influences and expectations. As a spiritual warrior, she turns into her heart's rhythm to hear and obey her spirit self's voice. Simultaneously, she allows and denies access to multiple facets of herself and life. She walks forward and into the greater clarity while what is behind her further disintegrates. She deliberately co-creates her present with authentic intention by choosing to release herself from any reality that no longer serves her and by boldly stepping into what does. The eternal gatekeeper supports you in practicing your right to change your mind at any point. What and who you allow into your life and how far is always up to you. Something that is right for you may not be right in 5 months or years or decades. Right? This is perfectly okay. It is the natural outcome to instances where growth transpires in a different direction from another. And organization, or circumstance. It is okay to say no to what you once allowed if your body, spirit, self, and emotions are a no. Your heart's truth is no, despite any protests of logic. I'm going to skip to the last paragraph just for time's sake. It may be time where choosing again in areas that you are off your mark proves particularly pertinent. Check in with how aligned you are with your spirit self-truth. To recognize and take responsibility for making authentic and empowering choices is a gift to spirit self that keeps giving. The power and strength in seeing things for what they are and acting on them by making the right choices for you are fourfold. While a person, opportunity, or situation might be attractive and looks good on paper, it will have adverse effects if it is not a good and true fit or right timing for you. Close your eyes and put your hand on your heart. Listen to your spirit self's truth. Why can't I say that? It is okay if it does not match cultural and societal norms. What is not right for you will never magically become right for you just because it seems as though it should. And the crone's message from the lantern card says awareness expands as we clear the darkness with light. Clarity transforms our perception into lanterns of insight that can illuminate the way for others too. And so for the bulk of the reading, we'll kind of do what we did last time. We'll just kind of read the beginning and the end. So the crone has completed the cycle of phases and perspectives pertaining to the feminine consciousness, maiden, mother, guardian, and crone. The lanterns hanging from the featured crone's wrists illuminate her world with the clarity of having integrated her spirit self with herself. She has successfully released all of the illusionary filters that have created limiting effects on her and fed the unhelpful aspects of the ego. The white light of love that the crone is can now reach all that is within her periphery. Without judgment or expectation, she is now capable of objectively observing all with compassionate consideration and calm composure. The crone showed up to remind you that whenever you feel challenged in life, stop whatever you are doing and ask Spirit Self, what am I being invited to learn here? Each obstacle, moment of overwhelm, and hardship offers necessary and valuable lessons to evolve us beyond being a match to it. Any perceived mistake, wrong turn, or regret plays a part in your pathway to insight and liberation. All that is needed is for the light to be turned on so that the obstacle can be recognized as the positive lesson, tool, growth, insight, or gift that it is. You are always met with teachings in forms that match whatever you are available to receive them at that moment. Each teaching is necessary for your learning of another, better way in your progression. Right? Love is the only place from which to observe, be in, and reflect upon life. Proceed in the greatest neutralizing white light of love, where we may compassionately embrace all facets of ourselves and others.